Yes, there are 2 new Fallout games announced. They're not remasters or remakes, they're 2 new games from scratch. One will be made by Bethesda and one by Obsidian. Alright, so let's go over the details and let's start with July 6th. Asha announces the biggest restructure in Xbox history. 3,200 lost jobs across the fiscal year. 1,600 of them gone that same Monday. 2 days later, Schreier reports that Obsidian lost a quarter of its staff and has been moved onto a new Fallout game. Josh Sawyer directing. Avowed 2 cancelled. And then yesterday, Bethesda posted a roadmap. So it's Xbox at the top, Bethesda Game Studios and Obsidian underneath. Bethesda sitting on Fallout and Elder Scrolls and Starfield and doing basically nothing with 2 of them. And Asha came down, asked Todd what was going on with Fallout, didn't like the answer, and just picked the IP up and set it down over at Obsidian and walked back to Xbox. Well, now we're at the part where Bethesda has to show their work. Because this note that went up yesterday, this is homework. This is Todd sitting down and writing 4,000 words explaining what everybody has been doing for the last 5 years. And I want to go over some of it, because some of it is actually good and the most transparent this studio has published in a long time. So, Fallout 5 is in pre-production, and it's Bethesda's. That's real. First time they've ever given it a development status. Pre-production means nothing exists. Pre-production means a small group of people in a room with a whiteboard figuring out what the game is. There is no level. Nobody is playing it. And Bethesda knew that because look at the language they used. Elder Scrolls 6 is the one they say they're playing every day. Fallout 5 got called a long-range destination, which is a horoscope, not a development status. Next, Creation Engine 3. They say Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5 are both on it, and they've been building it since Starfield launched, which was September 2023. Go back to June 2021. Bethesda announces Creation Engine 2, and they announce it specifically as the engine for Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6, both games. That was the pitch. So the game they teased in 2018, that was supposed to run on CE2, is now running on an engine that didn't exist until 2023. And yeah, maybe that's a version number and a marketing decision. They didn't say they switched engines, but that sentence is sitting right there in a paragraph about tools and rendering where you're not supposed to stop on it. Okay, now Obsidian. And before anything else, these are 2 different games. Fallout 5 is Bethesda's in-house mainline, the one I was just talking about. Obsidian's is a separate project at a separate studio on its own timeline. 2 new Fallout games in development at the same time, which has never happened in the 30-year history of this franchise. So, confirmed officially in the note. Todd told Windows Central there's a huge amount of mutual respect behind the scenes and that they'd always wondered if there was a way to work together, and then a window opened. Now, that's probably some BS. A window opened. Sure, the window is that Xbox killed the Avowed sequel, which by Schreier's reporting was going well and was on track for a reveal within the year, because Pillars of Eternity is not a Pillar franchise. 52 people gone at Irvine per the California filing. About a quarter of the studio, including art director Daniel Alpert, who'd been there a long time. And Sawyer was reportedly directing his own original RPG. Something structurally similar to Fallout, but not in Bethesda's universe, and that got folded up too. And I'm still happy about it. I said that earlier, and I haven't changed my mind. Sawyer, Fergus, Tim Kaine, Leonard Boyarsky, that's still the best Fallout team that exists on this planet, minus Chris Avellone. I want that game. I should just note that Fallout didn't get added to Obsidian's slate. It replaced other things they were working on. Now, the remasters. Bethesda's note says, and I'm reading the actual words, that they have been working on remasters for Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Remasters, no dates. Windows Central's article says Bethesda confirmed full remakes. Those are different words. Remake and remaster are not the same thing. A remaster is Oblivion at best, textures and a lighting pass. A remake is a rebuild from scratch. Corden has a track record and he's saying this confirms reporting he already had, so maybe he's right. But what Bethesda published says remasters, and if you're going into a comment section this week to fight about it, that's what the document says. And a Fallout 3 remaster leaked in the FTC court documents back in 2023. So this thing has been in a drawer for 3 years. Here's the good part though. Bethesda is skipping Fallout Day this year, but they're planning something for Fallout's 30th anniversary in 2027 live in Washington, D.C. Fallout Day is October 23rd. Fallout 3 is set in the capital wasteland. They didn't announce a date. They announced a city. And obviously I have to mention Starfield because I never miss an opportunity. 17 million players, almost a billion hours, Starborn content next year. Go look at the concurrent player count. That is the game that got 8 years of Bethesda's undivided attention. So that's the homework. That's what they have going on. Now let's talk about what's not in it. Bethesda Game Studios laid off 35 people on the 6th. ZeniMax Online lost 213 plus another 166 at ZeniMax Media. And ZeniMax Online is the studio this same note says is going to partner closely with Bethesda on Elder Scrolls going forward. The note calls that bringing our teams closer together. 4,000 words about the future of that organization and not one line about any of it. But I don't actually think the note is a lie. I think everything in it is true. Fallout 5 exists, Obsidian's real, the remasters are real, Elder Scrolls 6 sounds like it's genuinely going fine. The damning thing about this document is that it exists at all. Because Bethesda has had 5 years to say any of this. 5 years of Fallout being the most popular it has ever been, a hit TV show, 76 running on updates, and nothing. And then a former Instacart executive with no gaming background takes over, and within a few months there's a roadmap with 4 Fallout projects on it. Here's what I think. Bethesda didn't decide to communicate. Somebody made them. So when do we get any of it? Elder Scrolls 6 was teased June 2018. It only became the main project after Starfield shipped in late 2023. Bethesda's last gap, Fallout 4 to Starfield, was 8 years with a full team. Add 8 to 2023 and you're at 2031. Be generous, assume progress during Starfield's tail, and you get probably around 2029. Skyrim will be 18 years old. Fallout 5 comes after that. Team frees up around 2029, then a full cycle on top of it, probably mid-2030s. Tassi said well into the 2030s, and he was being nice about it. Fallout 4 came out in 2015. If Fallout 5 lands in 2035, that's 20 years between mainline single-player Fallout games. Obsidian's is the close one. New Vegas took 18 months, but that was 2009, existing engine, full staff, finished game underneath it. Average AAA cycle now is 5 to 6 years. Obsidian moves fast, so call it 3 to 4. They just lost a quarter of their people, and they're starting from pre-production, 2029 if everything goes right, 2030 realistically. So Obsidian's Fallout at the end of the decade, Fallout 5 somewhere in the 2030s behind it. And between now and then, it's Raven Rock, 2 remasters of games you already own, and 3 seasons of television.